Hi, IAAH Radio Plus. How are you today? I'm just Desire for Knowledge on live TV radio talk show. How y'all doing out there? Thanks for plugging in, IAAH Radio Plus. Thank you, YouTube. Those who join me every week, thank you so much. My subscribers, thank you so much. You are all so great. I appreciate each and every one of you. So I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday. It's rainy outside, more reason to be inside. Anyway, so this topic this week on Know Your Truth Real Talk, I found it to be a very nice, hot, interesting topic. Okay, because a lot of people out there fool people daily on things, whether it's to take their money, take their love, take their time, whatever the case is. There's always going to be takers, unfortunately. So I'm out here to make sure you get ready for that and you be ahead of yourself. If you're already in a relationship, whether it's with a partnership, family, everybody's always in relationships because family is a relationship, or even friendships. These are relationships. So if you're just newly dating or about to head to the dating scene, come check this one out. This topic is for you. Or if you're already in, this topic is for you so that you can check out, you know, the games that people play and see if you're being played in that game. Because sometimes you are and sometimes you're not. But it's good to be on top of the game, huh? Because we all want relationships that work or that's real. Exactly, right? I don't know anyone that wants a fake one. Do you? I sure wouldn't. But if you're looking for a real, genuine one, um, there are people out there that play games. So be very careful and cautious of that. So this, hence the title today is Games People Play, which I have a few series out there. Go check that out on my channel. There's several series of games people play, different type of topics to the games people play. This one is beware of catfishing in love, in relationships, and in family. So, and yeah, they have them in family, ladies and gentlemen. And as I stated before, and I will always say before my show, this is not detailed on the advice. This is detailed by experience, life experiences, seeing others' experiences through them, and work experiences. Okay, which I always tell you where I work is a bunch of relationship matters. Subject matters are based on relationships where I work. So basically, I'm going to see it all. And then I have friends, groups, my own personal time. Sometimes I'll put my own personal, you won't know what that is. But yeah, I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to come out and help those before they get put in the traps, pulled into a trap or a web of lies, which a lot of people are good at doing. Unfortunately, they're not as good as being honest as you'd like. But that's unfortunate, but not for you. Not if you take these steps and see the game before you get played. Let the player get played. You know what I mean? And mostly that's what happens to players. They get played in the end anyway. So touche. All right. So first of all, I wanted to explain what catfish is, and that is to create either a false or a fake online identity using stolen photos. You know, those people that are on social media, they don't look the way they do. Yeah, makeup, that's all right. We know that your face ain't really yours. You hyped it up. That's nice. But we're talking about it's not their face at all. You know, it's something else, someone else, um, I'm sorry, IA, Internal Affairs. I'm so into law. I'm sorry. It's AI, I meant to say. False info. Some people give this out when they're dating or trying to get dates. Um, they do this by lying about who they are, really to trick someone into or people into relationships, often for financial gain, like I stated, emotional gain, manipulation, and other malicious purposes, which sucks, but building trust only to exploit the victim. So don't think someone's trying to build their trust because they're into you. Most of the time, not all the time, it's to exploit you. All right. So not everything is always going to be paranoia, but it's good to be ahead of your game and wake up, because everything that says it's love is not love. Sometimes it's really not, and that's unfortunate. A lot of us get played. I've been played in the past. I'm never going to be played again. I'm married now happily, and I want the best and the same for you all. And but you got to take your time out there, ladies and gentlemen. Like, what's the rush? Age don't make a rush. Wanting a child don't make a rush, because you know what? When you want those things too bad, you may hit the wrong, get involved with the wrong person. Take it easy. Time will make it come to you. There's no rush in life like that. That's not that important that you lose it all for one person and then regret being in a relationship for the rest of your life. Because I've seen that happen to a lot of people where they give up, that it's over. Then you ask them what's wrong. It's complicated. They're still on that same situation. Get out of it. Move on. It's over. Once it's over, you move forward and upward with yourself to the next new boundaries or whatever it calls you to. Be single for the rest of your life. It's up to you. But to stay bondage over someone or something or people that aren't going to do the same for you, you're wasting your life and your time. I just wanted to put that in there. But let's get back to the story. Because I've seen this happen to a lot of people and it's sad. So today I just wanted to widen the lens. Catfiction is not just fake photos either. It's actually fake positioning. Someone presenting a persona or storyline so they make decisions you would not otherwise make. They make the decisions. You make the decisions you most likely wouldn't make. You. Um, Ask yourself, if you knew the full story or the full truth about who this person is, what they want, and what they are doing, would you still be making the same choices? That's what you got to ask yourself. Because if you're not, and what's it say? DTA don't DTA. I like that. Don't trust anyone. That's hot. I didn't even ask if I have sound. Thank you. DTA. Very nice. Thank you for that comment. DTA meaning don't trust anyone. That's really good, accurate. Um, and what I say is, would you still be making those same choices you did if this is a past event or if it's a future or you're currently in it? Think about it. And it's not just, like I said, partnerships, it's family, it's friendships. They all can do the same thing. They siphon your energies, not all of them, but most of them. And they catfish you as well. I'm going to explain the 7 catfishing games people use on this topic of games people play. Don't just think about dating. As I said, think about friendships, family dynamics, and think about anyone who consistently needs you confused. They need you rushed because they want to rush through the relationship, and they need you feeling guilty. Think about those people while we go through the games of life, the games people play. I'm going to start with game number 1, which is called love bombing. Has anyone went through that? I know a lot of people that have went through love bombing. It's funny because I would never think of doing that to someone. I step away. I'm a mature adult. I'm a woman, and then you got little girls. They play games. Then you're a man, and then you got little boys. Those are the ones that play games. When you're not a mature person, you're a little person. So that makes you, if you're a male, you're a little boy. If you're a female, you're a little girl. Grow up. It's time to grow up and stop the nonsense out here. But either way, it's always someone that's desperate for something because they don't have it. Money, time, love, sex, whatever it is. It goes to show the self-esteem on a lot of people are very, very, very low. And it's sad. Help yourselves by taking self-love, self-care, and you won't have to do these things to people. It's sad. But retribution is not worth it. Revenge is not worth it. So we're going to go to game 1, which I call love bombing. That's intense affection early in the relationship. Remember, go back to what I said. These are people that make you feel confused, rushed, or they're rushing into a relationship, or they make you feel guilty, okay? So look at that and those in your family dynamics, friendships, and partnerships. Love bombing can be any of them, because your family could love you as a bloodline. You're their blood relative, and they'll use these too. So don't think the family won't be the same way. Some of us, yeah, we do. I've seen families like this. But either way, if it's in your family, you're going to know. If you're not in a relationship, use this for whatever guidance you need, whether it be friendship, family, or friends, like I said. Or relationships, love relationship. Here we go. Game 1, love bombing, intense affection early in the relationship. All right. That's constant messaging, immediate closeness. All of a sudden, you don't know this person from nowhere, but or you do or don't. I don't know. The case is they want to be close now. The purpose is not romance. The purpose is bonding before verification. For instance, they want to bond with you before you verify who they really are. So here's some examples where I'm going to give you on this scenario here. This is Usually an example of what they do. They'll say something like, I've never felt this way before. You're different from the rest. I can't stop thinking about you. You know, these same people that say this stuff, later on you find out what that was all a lie, but that we're not at that point yet. But this is what you're going to believe, because this is what they need to get to you before you get to them and find out that they were a liar from the beginning. I can't stop thinking about you. I think I love you. Stop right there, please. Stop right there. Love you? I don't think so. We don't even really know each other. Now make that make sense. When someone comes and says, I think I love you, what? Well, even if you were with them momentarily or for years, but you've never seen this before, now they want to rush bomb you. This is called love bombing. Okay, guys? Okay, gals, don't forget it. Make that make sense when someone says that to you, but they haven't showed their value. All right. Action speaks louder than words. Anybody could do this. Machismo, bochincheras. We can all do it all day long. That means talk, hablando, hablando, hablando. But the real thing is, what you're going to do with your talk. Are you going to sit there and talk forever, or are you going to take action? So that's what you got to look at. Family member, friends, or your partner or partners to be. Are they making action? If they're making action, then this doesn't relate to any of you. They're doing it. That's different. You're going to know you're okay. If you don't see the actions meet the words meet the actions, then there's a possibility that you're being catfished. What it does to you, it makes you feel chosen when you feel like this, when you really feel like someone says these things. I can't stop thinking about you. I think I love you. It makes you feel chosen. That's what they want you to feel. And once you feel chosen, you start making exceptions. Oh, I don't need to find out about this person. This person loves me. I believe them automatically. You're automatically going to believe they're telling you the truth. But the practical truth is, if someone needs to attach before you're informed, they're not courting you. They are capturing you, which is a different, and I don't mean capturing in love either. I'm capturing, catfishing. Like, they're going to come, they're getting in. They're looking to finalize their dollars off of you, their time off of you, whatever it is that they're there for. Okay. You figure it out. This is your scenario. All right. You can figure it out on your own. Just put it together. Now we're going on to game number 2, mirroring. Ooh, now that's some serious stuff right there. That's identity matching. All right. Let me explain what mirroring is. That's when someone becomes a reflection of you. So sometimes it could be a good thing if it's a relationship that really is supposed to be, but sometimes it's this. When someone becomes a reflection of you, same taste in things, the same values, you have the same wounds and future goals, or they make you seem that way. It feels magical because it's engineered. Get it? For example, I'm going to tell you something. Sometimes people find and ask the questions before so that they can detail the mirroring to you by saying something like, let's say, what do you like in a person? What do you look for in someone? That's a very big general question, and to me it's specific, that when they want to catfish you, they're going to find out by you opening your mouth exactly what you like, and they're going to become that. Get it? All right. So that's a part of mirroring. They're going to become whatever you say that you want. Okay. Be careful of that. So here's some examples. These people use phrases like, me too. I'm into that too. Exactly. Everything is an exactly me too. That happened to me too. Another way. Okay. Oh, everything that happened to you happened to them if they didn't get the information out of you ahead of time. I've never met someone who understands me like you. We get a lot of people that say that. Sometimes it's true and sometimes it's false. We got to just have discernment and deter what is truth and what's not. When love, when love is new. Yeah. LOL. Yeah. I've never met someone who understands me like you. That's what I said. What are they trying to get by saying that? Compatibility without time. Get it again. They want to be compatible with you before the time is that you find out who they really are. The snake, the manipulator, the narcissist, you name it. That's who they are. Trust without proof is what they want. They don't want you to find out the real them. So now they sick themselves on you, or whatever hook, whichever way you want to put it, and they're ready. Time to get started. That's how they feel. Mirroring is not always bad, like I said, because some people do naturally connect. All right. So it depends on how perfect and how fast it becomes and how angry they get when you slow it down. All right. In other words, when you don't tell them too much, they're not going to have anything else because they have no ideas of who and what you like. And they may say the wrong thing and they don't need that. They're like, oh my God, let me get this right in their head. You know, hypothetically, they're thinking about it themselves. Let me get this right in my head so I don't mess this up. Because it's not about love. Because if it's about love, you don't have to do all of that. It's about what am I going to get to those dollars or to get to this person. It's an ego trip. It's money. It's anything. And it's not just partnerships. It's family, friends, children, whatever. Okay. It could be your children. It could be anybody's children, family, cousins, anyone. All right. Just put how it relates to you in your scenario. Now, game number 3 is future faking. All right. This is promise inflation. When you put too much promises in the future, faking is a beautiful tomorrow used to control you today. So be wary of someone that promised you tomorrow only to use you to control you right now so that you believe in that. The plan is always big. Oh, we're going to do all of this. We're going to do that. But the follow through is always small. You never see them. It never happens. Matter of fact, they'll be out and about somewhere else eventually, and then you'll realize, wow, I wasted my time here. I don't know why I believed that future was going to be bright with this. No, that's future faking, dude, sis. Sorry to tell you, but there are people out here like this, and I'm Judge Desire for knowledge. I'm coming to bring you the knowledge so that you can see this for yourselves. Those are youngings that want to have a future that's real and not play games. This is it. Come and check this channel out. Subscribe, like, and share, and go look at my other videos and see the games that's being played out there. And these are natural, actual life experiences, work experiences, and personal experiences of people put together. That's how I create my content. So if you like that, come check this out, like, share, and subscribe. All right. So for example, what I say about plans always being big, they fake these plans. Something like this. For example, I'm moving there soon when they're not moving anywhere. We're going to build something together. Another one would be, just wait. Everything's about to change for us. We're going to get this going right away. Whether that's true or not, like I said, words has to meet the actions. So what they're trying to get is your patience, your tolerance, your investment, your money, while they avoid accountability. So be careful with that, because the practical truth on this is a real future is built in receipts. Okay. A fake one is built in speeches. So people will take their time to talk, blah, 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 blah. There's no receipt in that. Receipt means evidence. All right. Don't forget. Court of evidence right here. All right. So with that being said, don't forget to look for the receipts. If it's built in receipts and you see the proof, then it's something that you might be able to say, oh, okay. But still be cautious. Cautious is being smart. Don't be paranoid. Just be smart. All right. Game number 4 that's played by the games people play. The crisis script. Now, everyone always has a script. This one's called a sympathy leverage script, which is called the crisis script. This one is everywhere in romance scams, everywhere, and confidence fraud. See, everywhere in romance scams, they have this. This is the crisis script, the emergency that arrives right when you want clarity. For example, let's say you wanted to find out, let's meet up at your job, for instance, or give me your phone number where you work, or something like that. Now things happen. Here's a scenario, an example. I'm stuck just this once, now they're stuck. They're stuck financially. They probably don't have a job. But anyway, my account is frozen. This is one of the main things done in romances that a lot of people don't know about, the fake scripting. I'm dealing with a medical situation. Unfortunately, some people are and some people really aren't, and they would use something like this just to attain your monies. If you loved me, you'd help. Oh my God, I've heard that even in the courts. People talk to other people that are trying to take child support. Well, child support belongs to the child, but these people actually think they have entitlement as parents to keep their money for themselves. They'll do things like this in front of each other, in front of a judge. So I'm just saying, if you loved me, you'd help. I've heard that many times. What are they trying to get? Your money, favors, housing, secrecy, or forgiveness without repair. They're trying to be secretive. They're trying to get forgiveness without repairing that they don't have that job. They don't have it going on, and they're not who they say they are. They're not going to pay you back either way. So be careful with that. The practical truth is that's one of it. If the crisis always requires your wallet, ladies and gentlemen, your your wallet and your silence, then the crisis may be the product. So the product is the person. If it's always requires a wallet or your silence and you to be quiet and then you don't actually, what can I say? How could I say it? You do recognize them, but as long as you don't let them know that you do, because the moment you do, they go into areas of where they go into secrecy, which is my game number 5. They want to isolate themselves from you. So the next one, game number 5, is secrecy and isolation. That's a big one. Um, this is how you get information control. So they play the game number 5. If they say don't tell anyone, what they're really saying is don't let anyone verify me. Okay? Don't forget, because people will do that. Don't tell anyone this and that about me because it will be verified. So if you know their friends or don't know, anything asked about them would and could be verified. So for example, they'll use these phrases: people don't understand us, keep us private. Those people usually, when they want to keep people private from other outside people, is because they got other people, or they have people that have been used by them before. And unfortunately, these people will tell you, don't run now, get away as fast as you can. We wish we had people like that could tell us, but sometimes you have to allow yourself to be able to recognize and use your intuition. Or things like your friends are trying to ruin this, or your family's trying to ruin this for us. And then if you have met them on a dating app or something else and they have other suitors there, let's move to another app, so that this way you're hidden and they're hidden from what they've done to the rest of the world or their conquests. Now, what they're trying to get out of this: control of your information and environment. So don't ever let them know where you live. So the only reality you live in is the one they provide you. Okay? Because once they know where you live, you don't know what can happen there. Be careful with that one. Yeah, don't give them information on your home. People create false IDs, send mail to your house, act like they were living with you, and come in and move in. You never know. I did a show last week on legal matters with evicting tenants, and this is a part of when they have and attain your address and live with you, and you can prove that they live with you. Not live with you, but lived at that address, is by mail. So if you ever get mail that belongs to someone else, report it right away to the police. Go to the police precinct. You can go to the postal postmaster and make sure that that mail never comes there again. People trying to attain your properties or your apartment, wherever it is. Okay, back to the story. The practical truth here is healthy relationship. Oh, go watch that show. Legal Matters last Saturday. The practical truth on this is healthy relationships can handle daylight manipulation, needs dim lighting. Okay, practical relationships are healthy relationships. All right, they can handle daylight. Manipulation needs dim lighting. Don't forget that. I thought that was pretty cute, right? I thought about that one. Please like, subscribe, and share on this channel. Know Your Truth, Real Talk. All right, so we're on to game number 6, which is called the push and pull. All right. Now, push and pull is an emotional conditioning. All right. Warm when you comply, they give you warmth. Distance when you question. If you've ever felt like you were earning back basic decency, this is the mechanism. All right. That's how they do. Like, for instance, you ask a normal question, they disappear. You stop asking, they return with affection. All right. Now they love you again until you start up. Because God forbid you find them out. Well, when you feel anxious, then relieved, then anxious again. See, this is what happens. They go in and out and come back when you stop asking. You start feeling anxious, then relieved, then anxious again. That's the in and out. Any in and out relationships, leave it alone. They're not coming back. They're coming in and out for a reason. So whatever that reason may be, you may have found out or are finding out. Um, what they're trying to get, they're trying to, like they said, they're trying to get what they can out of the relationship without you finding out exactly what it is that you need to know. Don't forget, the practical truth is when love becomes a reward you receive for obedience, it stops being love. If you have to receive love for obedience, it stops being love. It becomes management. So now you got to manage a relationship. Who wants to do that? I mean, otherwise than healthy managing of two people that actually want to come together. But if it's a reward for someone else and not for you, then it becomes management, because now you have to manage through this person because they're not there for that. All right. And game number 7, triangulation, which is a social pressure and narrative control. Have you heard of that? Triangulation? What a good word. That's when someone recruits a third party, okay, or imaginary one to pressure you. For example, their friends, groups, or whatever, everyone agrees you're overreacting when they have friendships. They can easily tell these people, act like you disagree um, with everything they say. And my friends think you're the problem, things like that. That's the third party. My family said you're not supportive. That's another third party. Or the classic showing selective screenshots out of content. So these little things they can do, showing you that you're out of character, but they're the actual ones out of character. So that's a third party, can be anything, anyone, any situation, any place. So be careful about that when you're dealing with game number 7, the triangulation. That's social pressure, all right? And narrative control. What I say by narrative control is this person wants to take full control. They want to lead the narrative in your story instead of you being the person narrating in your story, being the narrative in your story. So don't let that happen when you know that this is a fake person or catfisher, I should say, catfishing you. Because the practical truth in this is you are always explaining yourself and they are never explaining themselves. When you're in a relationship like that, be careful. The relationship is not balanced, it's staged. So that's really important that you know that, and that you know that it shows up in love, it shows up in friends, and it shows up in family. And I'm going to start with that because we're finished with the game, 7 games people play, 1 through 7. If you didn't hear this, then go back and listen to it and you'll see what I was saying. I went through it. I tried to be as slow as possible, but at the same time, I tried to explain what I mean too. I just want you all to know that it shows up not just in love partnerships or romance, but also in friendships and family. So we're going to start in love and romance, where it shows up at the catfishing. All right. Intimacy, excuses to avoid. Now, this is for love and romance, fast intimacy. Have you all had that? Some men would say, and I say men or women, but mostly men, when it's fast, you think it's beautiful. Oh my God, they're giving it to me right away. Yeah, stop thinking like that. That's not good. You're not the only one. You're next. I have a friend that says that. He has a YouTube channel as well. He's so funny. But he has his experiences stating the whole thing as well from his experience as a male. And he's trying to tell other men how to not be hoodwinked and catfish. Well, he doesn't use this theory, but he says, it's not you guys, you're next. So when it's fast like this, just remember behind your mind, guys and females, you're just next. So don't be hyped that someone has that fast intimacy, because this is excuses to avoid verification and then a twist to money access. All right. And their secrecy is still going to be hidden. So you got to be careful when it comes to romance. The practical truth with romance and love, and catfishing and romance is in love and romance, is a person who is real will not be offended by reasonable verification. You have the right to ask for the proof here. I don't want to hear it. I want to see it. Bring it. Tangible proof is better than intangible. Intangible to me is just words being spoken. I don't see a thing. I want the receipts. That's what we need to start being demanding now, or move on to another relationship. Believe me, because you'll be sorry if you don't. Most of you, not all of you. A person who is performing will treat verification like a betrayal. So if all of a sudden they're like, okay, you know what, I don't want to deal with this relationship no more, or I'm moving on, I got somebody already, or this and that, you already know who that person was in the beginning and you caught them. So be happy that you've done your job. All right. And that's in romance, that they are, that ain't your girl, you're just next. That's right. Yeah, our friend says that. That ain't your girl, you're just next. Or that ain't your guy, you just next. All right. So now we're going on to friends. It shows up in friendships. You know, that constant best friend energy that turns into escalating favors. I've had that before. Emotional labor as a requirement, meaning you got to always be there for them, always help them out with things. And friendship works that way. But if this is all they need from you and that's all you get back, that's not a friendship. And loyalty tests disguised as closeness. Oh, are you my best friend? You know, you my best friend, right? And they're always going to test you and disguise it to make you think, disguise it as closeness. So be very careful in friendships like that. Practical truth, friendship is not a subscription box where you pay in guilt. So if you're feeling too much guilt in a friendship, it's probably you're being catfished as well. In family, okay? And yes, it does happen. Not everybody has that precious blood family that gives you all and loves you the way you want. Some of them are for you and some of them aren't. So be careful with that too. Yes, it can happen. Have you seen the news? I mean, it can happen in the family, people. We need to wake up as well. As much as we can love them, sometimes you got to give distance to those that are there to sabotage, those that want to know your information every day, like where you are, where you're going, what you do. Be careful with that. Why do you need to know so much? Do you call me on my birthdays? I've said this in past. Do you call me or text me to see how I'm doing weekly, monthly, or I don't hear it from you at all? Why do you need to know? Because two reasons. They're either they're not for you, obviously. And in order to know what's going on in your life to sabotage you, I don't know. Check that for yourselves, or to stop you from moving on to the next level with other people or whatever. All right. So be careful of family that are like that. Not all families have that, but very few do. And they don't understand it because they think blood is, they say it's thicker than water, but sometimes we got to be careful with thinking that way all the time. Family could be your soul tribe family, a family outside of your bloodline that acts more than your family than your actual bloodline. So, and I know from experience, yes, bloodlines is not the only type of family you can have out here. So we're going into family now, and family, in family dynamics, the deception sometimes is not a fake identity, but it's a fake story about roles. So they can come up as the perpetual victim, help me this time, that time, you never hear from them again. The hero who must be obeyed, you know, the one in the family that has to be obeyed. He's the hero. The scapegoat who is always wrong. So you become the scapegoat who's always wrong eventually. Or that person is, and they utilize that for in their favor. The fixer who must rescue everyone. You got that in your family too. I got to fix everything. Now, I love to fix things in my family, but I don't push it. You know, rather than pushing it, I be it. Okay, there's a big difference. So whether you're the scapegoat, the hero, the perpetual victim, or the fixer, we all have this in our families. It's what you do with that that helps to you to know what type of family member this is. Are they catfishing as well? Because we can give so much and find out we did the wrong thing, you know? Practical truth about this is facts do not resolve the conflict, because the conflict is not about the facts, okay? It's about control. And when family wants to take control of things, they certainly will, especially if they think that they deserve it or they're the eldest or the elders. And for some reason, yeah, they have the wisdom, but they don't always lead you right. When loyalty requires dishonesty, what they want is not closeness, it's compliance. They want you to comply with them. So when loyalty requires dishonesty, okay, there's nothing more to say on that one. And the examples that I made was what I state about family bloodlines. I mean, we all want our bloodline family to be everything, and some of us don't have that, and some of us do. But Some of us also have people that are not relatively in our bloodline, but they're our families, and they act more family than those that are our bloodline. Am I right here or not? Now, not all of us, okay? So don't don't come in the comments with it, because unless you experience it, you wouldn't know. What's fair is fair. It works both sides, okay? Now, the high probability of red flags, I'm just going to read these out so that you can compare that with the games 1 through 7, the games that people play on this particular subject, catfishing. Now, any request for money, even small tests, gift card, wire transfers, or receiving forwarded packages, they don't want to do real-time video calls or make excuses every time. This is someone who's fixed up their face or their photo doesn't match, something doesn't match. Inconsistencies in stories, time zone, jobs, photos, or friends and family details just don't match, okay? You can say you work for anyone, anywhere, and you probably a bus girl or bus boy, which is not a problem. But when you go here and you're just there, I mean, why do you care what level you at? You have a job. Why does it matter? Because these are the people that go for your money, the ones that are not at the level, but they state they are. Eventually, when they come in for your money, you're going to find out the truth. They weren't really in that place. Because if you was, you wouldn't need to do this, right? Or are you that greedy that you would? Oh, well, we don't know, but, I'm just saying. Profile looks too clean. Those are red light. I'm doing the red flags now, guys. Profile looks too clean, few tagged photos, limited history, mismatched information. So when you're on social media, come check me out on Facebook and all social medias and follow me there as well. um, they you don't see anything and they're requesting you. Be careful. They'll put one picture, maybe, or maybe none will come in. Go check and investigate. Check and search if that friend is already your friend, because then that's someone checking you out. That's a perpetrator, we call it where I come from. Yeah, those are the perps. They like doing that so they can get in and hack you or siphon your money or whatever way they can, date you. I don't know. I just know there's a reason for everything. So make sure you see the red flags. And if you think you've already been catfished, stop sending money, info immediately. Preserve the evidence, screenshots, chat logs, usernames, phone numbers, payment receipts, and report them on all platforms that you met them at and their apps, okay? Lock down accounts as well. These are 3 things you could do, all right? And change passwords, review banking credit activities, okay? I'm going to go through it again. 1, stop sending money and info. 2, preserve evidence, screenshots, chat logs, usernames, phone books, pay receipts, and report them on platforms you met them at and the apps, okay? Lock down all accounts that you met them in, change passwords, and review banking credit activity, because sometimes we talk too much and we could have given them any detail into what, and then they'll talk you into, I want to send you a gift or something. They get your address. Be careful, all right? Because they're not wanting to send you a gift or anything. All right, believe me, I know. If money have moved, contact your bank. That's number 4, and transfer service immediately. Time matters, okay? And the final disclosure on this is to let you know that this is a general information, not legal or medical advice. If you are in immediate danger, contact local emergency services, okay? If money or identity theft is involved, contact your bank immediately and consider reporting through official channels right away, all right? Because if not, these people can go through a lot more than you think. And this has been done already. The FBI is already on it. I should have used this as a legal matters, but it's kind of fun, and legal matters is more serious. So I decided to bring this into my Know Your Truth Real Talk, because a lot of catfishing is going out there, manipulation, narcissism, and stuff like that. It's sad. But either way, I hope you all enjoyed this session with me, Judge Desire for Knowledge. And please like, share, and subscribe. I'm happy to have you all here joining me today. IAAH Radio Plus, thank you as well. DJ 5 a.m. Go check IAAH Radio for all the music you can think of, R&B, house music, everything, all right? With the best DJs in town. And Their Plus channel has Talk TV and other stuff. Go check that out. Check me out every Saturday at 3 here on YouTube as well. I thank you all for joining me today. Check out my husband, DJ Bugging Hard, who's also great in what he does. Mixcloud on IAAH Radio on Twitter. He's on all of those channels, so go check him out. All right, he's also on House of Genre, but we're talking about IAAH Radio today because they're supporting us in all that we do here as well. And we're going to support you back. Go check them out. They're pretty cool. What's that say? Excellent show. My love. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Love you back. So here is a beautiful Saturday of rain where I'm going to go get cooking now and just chill out and watch some movies. Netflix, right? So get your Netflix on, people. Have a great Saturday and weekend all together. The rest of your day, enjoy. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Here goes my gavel because I'm coming to you. Just as I for knowledge, know your truth, real talk, right? Bringing you the truth and nothing but the truth on Know Your Truth, Real Talk. With me, Judge Desire for Knowledge is now adjourned. And I will see you next week, Saturday, live. Adios, mi amores. Thank you so much. Ciao. Besitos, mi amores. Ciao.